Louisiana District Attorney is going to seek a death sentence for the accused Facebook Live killer. Jonathan Robinson is accused of killing his ex-girlfriend, Renita Williams, back in April. It happened inside Williams' house there and it played out on Facebook live stream. DA James Stewart says there are aggravating circumstances that make it a capital case, breaking into the victim's home and shooting at police officers who surrounded that home. Robinson will be arraigned next month.
I can tell you right now is at about 10:48 a.m. we received a call of shots fired at a home in the 1300 block of Natalie Street. When officers arrived on scene, there was information that a man was firing a gun. That man did fire shots. We had a police officer who responded to the scene, suffered an injury to the wrist after being shot. We do believe there was an exchange. There was an exchange of gunfire between the alleged suspect, who's now in police custody, and Shreveport police officers. Now, we still have a lot of information to gather, to uncover as far as shots and all of that stuff. Okay, but we do believe that the shots fired by the suspect is one of the shots that struck our officer. Okay, and that officer was taken to University Health with non-life-threatening injuries. Officer stayed on the scene and made contact with the man inside the residence, who ultimately came out of the home. He's in police custody. Now, once he came outside of the home, you got that?
Yeah.
Once he came out of the residence, police did go inside the residence and cleared it. Once inside the home, officers discovered a female victim who had suffered at least one gunshot wound. That female's injuries were life-threatening. She was transported from the residence to University Health Hospital.
YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit you with a video. Now, this video is an update to a video I did a couple months ago, well, basically about the Facebook killer in Shreveport, Louisiana. And before I go any further, I want to send a big shout out to all my friends and family and associates in Shreveport. That's all over the Shreveport and Bossier area, whether that be Cedar Grove, Stoner Hill, Hollywood Heights, Southern Hills, Allendale, Queensboro, Lakeshore. You all know who you are, and there's many more. If I missed your hood, I'm deeply sorry that I did. But anyway, big shout out to you all in Port City, basically holding it down, and also the Bossier area. Now, this story right here went viral a few months ago, and we had quite a different few people that was covering the story. And when I first heard this story, I said to myself, I know damn well this guy did not drive all the way to this woman's house, whether she let him in or broke in or whatever. But they saying that he broke into the house just to put her on Facebook Live to shoot her dead, you know, in front of everybody while live streaming. And this is like a new fad that's going around, where we have people that's just like to live stream every damn thing. But this guy, Jonathan Robinson, aka Tough Face Johnson, that's what I call him, because to be 36, he looked old as hell in the face. But this is more of an update to what is transpiring with his situation. Now, when a lot of people chimed in the comment section of the video I did a couple months ago, they were basically saying his sister's a police officer. I don't know how true that is, but what difference does it make? Because that doesn't differentiate from the fact that he killed the woman on live TV and also shot at several police officers, striking one of them in the hand. So they upgraded his second-degree murder charge to first-degree murder, and also 7 counts of attempted murder charges against the police officer, and also against Miss Renita Williams, who was 27 years old. Very beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying? Just made a bad choice getting involved with the wrong guys. And this is what I tell people: you have to make the right choices. Pick the right people. Forget what you think they got or what they can do for you, because what a lot of them can do for you is put you in a grave, as in this story right here. But this guy, Jonathan Robinson, was the way they was talking, like he was going to beat the charge, he was going to get a few years, but not so fast in Louisiana and Texas also. Things do not work that way in Texas, Louisiana, and California, I know, for as murder charges. Anytime you kill somebody like that and you shoot at police officers and you allegedly break in their house, you can be eligible for the death penalty, because it's basically like it's a capital offense now. So the DA is seeking a death penalty against Jonathan Robinson, and most likely they're going to get it. Now, I don't wish death on no one, but at the same time, you have to think about things like this before you get riled up and let your anger get the best of you. So to those who didn't catch the story when it first come out, I'm gonna put you up on, I'm gonna put you up on game, and I'm gonna let you know what's really going on with this case. So we're gonna start it from like this. So I'm gonna read a snippet from this story, and I'm gonna give my opinion. Surely, as we go. Shreveport man that shot woman on Facebook Live is DA is basically seeking the death penalty for him, Jonathan Robinson. Now the story goes like this. It says Renita Williams' last words probably were screamed live. Stop, Jonathan, Williams says in a video as it was streaming to Facebook. Stop, Jonathan. She kept repeating that stop. And for those who got the video, and of course can't put it on YouTube. You'd be crazy if you put it on YouTube, that video actually with the shooting. But some people got it. Hey, that's on them. But anyway, you can go check it out. If not on YouTube, you can look it up on Google. Just type in Facebook killer shoots woman, and you will see what she basically pleading for her life. And also, when I was saying basically that this guy let his anger get the best of him instead of just walking away, because the story goes that he was allegedly involved with another woman while he was messing with Miss Renita. And I don't know who called who out, but they said she started calling him out on Facebook or whatever. So he went over there and made a big scene about it. I don't know how true that story is, because there's many different stories being told about that. But still, though, even if somebody do say something like that, even if you are messing with a different woman, why be so mad and feel so threatened by what she's saying that you have to go pick up a gun and kill this woman and televise it? I mean, what do you expect? I mean, what country, what world do we live in? Let's continue. Now, then came the shots. It is a sign of the digital age. Rallies, parties, public and private events played live via video on Facebook, even occasionally, as appeared to happen this week in Shreveport homicides. Basically this week talking about what happened with the murder a couple months ago. Now Williams spoke to an audience via Facebook Live, which permits the real-time transmission of video live streaming, as a man paced behind her Thursday inside a Shreveport house, repeatedly threatening her. The man, Jonathan Robinson, was her former boyfriend, according to police and Williams' relatives. This what they say. This is not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody sitting up here thinking that I'm making this up. I'm only reading what people have emailed and told me, and some people that I know in Shreveport, and also what law enforcement are basically saying. So I don't want anybody to think that I have to lie or stretch the truth, because I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even tell the story if that's the case. But anyway, shots were fired, and when police officers arrested Robinson more than an hour later, they found Williams inside the home. She died before getting to a hospital. Authorities now say that Robinson, 36, held Williams hostage in her home at 130 Natalie Street as he fired shots at police officers. And at Williams, the standoff with law enforcement lasted nearly 80 minutes. Williams, a Shreveport native and mother of 3, lived at her Natalie Street home for about 2 years. Robinson was an ex-boyfriend, said her first cousin, Trina Williams. The pair dated on and off for about 5 years. They most recently called it quits about 2 years ago. Williams was in a new relationship and it was happy, Trina Williams, the cousin, said. Now, Robinson is being held at Caddo Correctional Center, CCC, most people call it, on 1 count of second-degree murder, 1 count of being a felon in possession of a firearm, 2 counts of criminal damage to property, and in charges added late Friday, 7 counts of attempted first-degree murder, according to jail records Saturday. But they increased those charges to make it eligible for the death penalty, basically just giving it a capital offense. So those charges that you heard are increased. This is what they charged him with at first. Now, Williams, 27 years old, was smart and humble, Trina Williams, her cousin, said. She did hair and interior design for her neighbors to make money to support her kids. It's still unclear why Robinson drove to Renita's home and forced her to apologize through a video stream to Facebook. That's the point that I don't understand right there. Like, what gives you the right whether people say something or not? You know what I'm saying? Like the catch me outside girl said, catch me outside. You don't go to nobody's house no matter how big, bag, and tough you are. I mean, can at least somebody see that light right there? Because if that's the case, you have to be prepared with everything that come with that. What if you get there and they gun you down? You feel me? What if you get there and they got a boyfriend or something and they waiting on you? You have to think about all kinds of things like that. But, you know, people, when they get heated and they get mad, they fail to use rational thinking. They fail to think realistically. And then things like this happen. And then you wonder why you're winding up on death row when all this could have been avoided. Number one, choose the right person to mess with. But if you ain't gonna do that, because people say, well, you ain't my daddy, you can't tell me nothing, that's fine. But at the same time, choose the right person. And if you don't choose the right person, if they do step out of line, we all done been with somebody who done said something to some people about us. You know what I'm saying? People call you all kinds of names. You feel me? But still, don't let that get you so upset where you got to drive to their house and basically put hands on them or shoot them. That's stupid, because once you cross that line, it ain't coming back. I mean, there's no coming back, excuse me. Now, police responded to a report of shots fired around 10:48 a.m. in the 1300 block of Natalie Street. Renita Williams' home at 1301 Natalie is on the right side of a cul-de-sac. Just past her house, the road turns into a dead end, Magazine Street. Her brick home sits in the shadow of a large water tower and tall trees. And for those of you who in the area, you know exactly where this is at. The first officer arrived on scene at 10:53 a.m. Officers reported being fired upon at 10:55 a.m. So Jonathan wasn't basically playing with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what was going through this guy's mind, but this guy, number one, has a history of violence, and also is like a very emotional type person. Like, how do you get that mad with anybody? And especially a woman. And true enough, she putting your name out there bad. Just say if she was. Still though, I mean, take time to think. Is you throwing your life away worth what this person says? You feel me? I mean, is you throwing your whole life away and going through all this trouble, putting her kids through all that pain, putting yourself through all this pain, and your family, the people who love you, even the sister that they say that you have that's a cop. I mean, putting your people and her people through all this, was it worth it? That's the point. Was it worth it? Was it worth going through all this? And now you're facing a death penalty. You don't know how it's going to turn out because they got a good, strong case against you. It's just stupid. We have to make better decisions as people. Let's continue. Now, between the time officers arrived and Robinson surrendered, he shot a Shreveport police officer and his ex-girlfriend. It's unclear how long Williams was left in the house after being shot. Officers were able to get to her only after Robinson surrendered, but a 3-minute Facebook video sent to the Times shows what may have been Williams' final moments. The video begins with Robinson swearing at Williams. Another man is holding the phone from which the video is being streamed. It appears the video was published on his page as it was being shot. The video was later removed from Facebook. Authorities did not say what the second man's relationship was to Williams or Robinson, but I heard that was a brother. I heard that it was a cousin. Who was the guy that was holding the damn phone, videotaping this whole ordeal also? Because I don't know if he was just shook to the core, scared as hell, or, you know, he played a part in it or what, but who was this guy that was there? Was it her cousin? Was it a brother? I heard all kinds of things. I just want to know for clarification purposes. Now, his Facebook profile lists his last name as Williams. Now apologize. This is him talking. He says, "Now apologize, bitch." Robinson yells as the camera flips around to Williams. "Hell, y'all, this Nunu." She says, "Hey, y'all, this Nunu." Renita says to the camera. I guess they call Miss Renita Williams Nunu. She then begins to apologize for going live on an unknown woman, although it's unclear exactly what she means. She says her page has been blocked. Another woman can be heard on speakerphone. It's unclear what the other woman is saying. Now, I heard that was her auntie. I heard it was a cousin. I don't know who the person was on the phone that she was talking to. But all this allegedly started over, I guess, Nunu Renita basically saying some stuff to Jonathan, new girlfriend he had or whatever. I don't know how the story transpired, but whether she said whatever. Still, though, if for you, because he can't take that back, but to you guys out there, if somebody say something, man, the last thing you want to do is go pick up a weapon. Leave them people alone, because you try and go put hands on them and hurt them. You know, you can not go around this country, number one, beating up anybody, man or woman, but especially a woman. You feel me? Whether you think the police going to do something or not, put your hands on them and see how fast they be on your ass. Now, she also said, this is Nunu talking. "Yes, I was wrong. I didn't have any business going off like that," Williams said. So the woman basically, even though she forced to apologize, she's basically pouring her heart out in fear for her life. Why not just say, "Okay, I'm done"? You feel me? And walk on. But no, you want to do that. See, that's why we at the point where we at now with the death penalty, because you had every opportunity to just walk away and leave it alone and just say, you know what, it's not even worth me killing this woman. It's not worth me taking her from her kids. You know, it's not worth me throwing my life away, even if he didn't care about her, because evidently he didn't. He shot her to death. So what I'm saying, what do the rational thinking coming in at? And the last thing we need is loose cannons like this running around in society. And that's going to make some people mad. But at the same time, what if you was driving and you bumped into Jonathan and he jumps out of his car and he shoots you down? You feel me? Just because you bumped into him. Because if you this crazy over somebody saying something, imagine what you would do if somebody actually did something to you. I mean, come on. Anyway, now Robinson yells more. He paces behind Williams, moving in and out of the camera view. I don't give a fuck about police. You hear? He says that he walks away and opens the door to the home. Pull up right now. Pull up. Want to be famous? I'll make you fucking famous. This is what he's telling Nunu. Robinson then paces back and forth, appearing and disappearing from view. The front door creaks. Robinson reaches behind Williams for something, then disappears from view again. 4 shots are heard. A 5th crack comes soon after, then a 6th. He comes back into the house. Stop, Jonathan, Williams said. Stop, Jonathan, pleading with this man. The phone then appears to tumble to the floor. The screen shows the ceiling. In a shadow of a person holding a rifle. A rifle now. 3 more cracks are heard. 3 more shots are heard. Robinson then appears to fire another shot out the door. Now, bitch, game over. He says that he stands over the phone. Game over. Robinson turns off the phone. Police confirm that the video was taken inside that home and that the man seen shooting is Robinson. Police said at a press conference Friday that officers established inner and outer perimeters around the home. Hostage negotiators made contact with Robinson. Robinson fired shots while speaking with them, police said. Now, I'm gonna leave a link to this page in the description below so you all can go check it out. But at the same time, if you are that crazy to drive to somebody's house over something so small, because I done got into it with my aces before. I mean, we done had straight up drag down fights where she throw stuff. Hell, I was young. I threw stuff back. You feel me? I'm not finna just let you try to hurt me or whatever. And I'm not trying to be funny, but the point I'm making, it comes a point where you have to say, you know what? This is not worth it, because if you all don't agree with that, which you don't have to, because it's your own opinion, it's your right, because they got a space for you, whether it's in a cemetery or whether it's in a prison cell somewhere. So the choice is yours. But the point is, you have to have enough self-control to not let nobody push you over the edge. You feel me? That's the whole point. You have to have self-control. You feel me? And also, number 1, don't put yourself in these situations. And number 2, if you do find yourself in these situations, don't act like this, because that's not the way. That don't make you look tough. That don't make you look bad or nothing. Because I guarantee you, when you strap down in the electric chair or the gas chamber, lethal injection, whatever you want to call it, it's not going to matter how tough you are then. You feel me? So think about that. Is your life worth throwing it away over something somebody said? Over something, you know, regardless how the other person feel, you feel me? Because it's just 2 tragic losses, her and him also, you feel me? Because he threw his life away, and I'm sure he had friends and family that care about him. But let me know what you all think about this situation right here. And like I said in the last video, to Miss Nunu Renita Williams, may she rest in peace, and I hope that, you know what I'm saying, her kids will be okay. That's my concern right there, is her children. These children did not deserve that, regardless of what Renita and Jonathan had going on. These children are innocent souls. So let's keep them in our prayers, and if we can help them, we will come together in a kind of way we can help them, start a GoFundMe or whatever. But let me know what you all think about this situation. And the lesson, the moral of this video is learn how to control your anger, because if he would have learned how to control his anger, and true enough, if she would have learned how to control her mouth and stop being messy. And also, while I'm at it, you women, stop being so messy and petty. You feel me? If you ain't learned nothing else, learn. People are not playing anymore. So let's just keep it real. Let's just call a spade a spade. Learn to know when to stop, especially if you're grown and have kids. There's no need to entertain this, but still though, people gonna do it anyway. Let me know what you all think about this. And life is all about choices. You have a choice. You feel me? You have a choice whether you want to go off on somebody. You have a choice to forgive them, and you have a choice to walk away. Simple, cut and dry. Anyway, if you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely share the video with your people who got anger issues and controlling issues. And also, you know, I believe in an eye for an eye. If you take somebody's life, you should be willing to give up yours also. Y'all stay blessed till next time. I'm out.